I'm Will, and welcome back to the baldbookgeek. I don't know if you're like me, but I'm a huge Buffy fan. I've been a Buffy fan since I remember watching it with my mum as a kid, and as an adult, I still am a Buffy and Angel geek. There was a continuation of the Buffy seasons in a graphic novel. They continued them on the X amount of seasons. I think they did 10. I've got them. Now, Buffy's gone through many iterations, and we're going to talk about this new Boom Studio reboot. Boom Studio are the people that helm the Power Rangers thing, and they did such a good job with it that, you know, they're just great writers, great artists, it's a great team. I really like what they do. When I heard about the Buffy reboot, I was worried. So it's been helmed by Joss Whedon, and it feels very much like a Joss Whedon thing. There's no, it doesn't feel like someone else is taking the reins here. It's his writing style, it's his use of language. It screams Joss Whedon from the get-go. And I'm going to say something controversial here, but the only good thing Joss Whedon has ever done has been Buffy and Angel and Toy Story. But that's a different video. Anyway, I was worried about it. So when I heard about this, I was like, oh, this is really happening. Joss Whedon, if you're going to do something with Buffy, bring Joss Whedon in. I'm just going to say that, we're still not quite forgiven the TV network for creating Buffy HD, which is not a way to watch Buffy. It's a really, really bad HD remaster that seems to be the only one that's on certain streaming services, which is a tragedy. So this brings Buffy up to date. It picks up what would have been the first episode, Welcome to the Hellmouth, hence Welcome Back to the Hellmouth. But it's set now. So Buffy is 16, Willow is 16, Xander is 16. It does away with certain characters. Jesse isn't a character in this iteration. He was only in, really, the pilots, Welcome to the Hellmouth and The Harvest, which was an interesting move. The characters are slightly different. Buffy and Giles have a slightly different relationship. Buffy's a little bit more... She's still Buffy, but she's a little bit more cynical and a little bit drier. Willow is not the shy girl in that horrid tweed dress with the long red hair. She is this out and proud gay witch. She's already done this. And Xander is a internet gamer. He streams on YouTube, and he's Xander in the best way possible. He's Xander with a chat room. And they form the Scooby Gang, which becomes... And it flips it on its head, because it introduces characters we are not meant to see yet. So in the series, characters like Anya and Drusilla came much later. And in this version, they're here from the get-go. Spike also. The Master is not a major part of the story. Although I wouldn't be surprised if he turns up at some point. Just because Buffy, the Master, come on. It flips the narrative on its head. It flips the characters on their heads in the best way, and it feels refreshing. It doesn't feel staid. We've lived with these characters for 7 seasons? I'm probably going to get that wrong. I think 7 seasons. 3 comic book seasons, countless non-canon stuff, 3 video games, which are worth tracking down, especially the first one on the original Xbox. This does such a good job, and it brings it up to date. I like the character development, I like the writing, the art style is also a major plus for comic books. I've read this digitally. That's how I tend to read my comic books. I'm not a person that goes out and buys physical comics. I read it digitally for an app. It got me how good it was and how strong it was. Whenever I've heard the word Buffy the Vampire Slayer reboot, I've worried each time, because I dread to think we'll end up with the Charmed reboot. It's not, it's an okay show, but it's not Charmed. This is brilliant, and the fact that it's got Joss Whedon behind it has been a godsend. Boom Studio are very good at creating worlds and creating characters, and if you're not aware of Boom Studio, they're a great comic book publisher. They tend to do slightly quirkier things. They've also got a reboot of Angel, which I'm yet to read. I've only read a preview of it, and I can't wait. I am looking forward to what's coming. I'm looking forward to this new iteration of Buffy. I'm looking forward to this new iteration of Angel. And I'm also looking forward to what they've come next, because they have the full Buffy license. So I'm hoping we get... or Frey, the future Slayer, she would be interesting, and stuff like that. And if I'm giving spoilers for characters you've not seen yet, I'm sorry, but oh my god. Buffy will always remain one of my favourite TV shows and Angel. They are I think out of all the TV I've watched, it's like Buffy, Angel, X-Files. It's that kind of stuff. And to have this contemporary take on Buffy that feels respectful and feels earnest and feels strong, I don't think we can go wrong. It sounds really odd, and I'm going to ask you guys, what's your favourite episode of Buffy? Comment down below, because it'll be interesting how many of you actually watch this video to the end. And I'll be back with more content soon. Bye.